Hello traders, it's Tomek here from Nikos Trading Academy and welcome in my weekly Forex Forecast. I decided to focus on the same pairs like last week because we can still have some opportunities there. So first pair is CAD Yen. As we see on the 4-hour chart, we started to have some small retracement, but let's go to weekly chart to see basically what we have there. So as we know from last week, we had the strong momentum. We have next resistance up here, and if we pay attention to weekly chart, the price broke our level here. This strong resistance area, the previous stop. And the next strong is up here. However, we are still around, this spike is still around some resistance area, because like I always repeat, this is not like one point, this is always zone. So as we pay attention, it's still pushing up strongly on the weekly. We have this trend line, so everything is right now pointing up. Because we are around the resistance zone right now, maybe we will get some retracement. Yes, maybe not so deep, but maybe on the lower time frames, and then maybe possible continuation of this up move. So if you pay attention to the daily chart, right now we see that price started to make some red candles here, but if we have usually strong trend, price like to bounce around the 12 EMA on the daily, and then we more often we have another push up, but this push up might be to get double top on the daily, or we have another up move. Like for example, situation from here. Yes, we see price went up, bounce on the 12, and then went up again, and then we had retracement. After retracement, we had continuation. So maybe this will be the same story here. Trades against main direction in these situations are always tricky, because we of course would like to trade with the retracement, but we never know when this retracement will happen and how it will retrace. Yeah, sometimes we have retracement that price is going down in the small ranges. Yes, and sometimes we have just straightforward move. Yes, which we of course would like to grab. So basically, to be honest with the CAD yen, we still would like to buy. More conservative option is to just wait for any retracement and look for buys. So basically what we can do, retracement to the 12, we buy. Retracement to the 36 EMA, we buy. Yes, so basically this is what we would like to do, like for our chart. Yes, of course we have to combine this with lower time frames right now, because it's too late. But here you have your line. Yeah, so if price even retrace a little bit lower again, and we will see that it's bouncing on the 12 EMA, we still want to buy. Yes, after breakout of this trend line. So we just simply wait for breakout, and whenever price break those tops together with the trend line, we start to look for buys. Our goal is of course previous top, and if the momentum is strong and still holds, we can target next resistance, which is from this point to this point is around 200 peps. Yeah, so still we would like to buy. And about the trades against main direction, we see that 4-hour chart, price broke our trend line, not trend line, but 36 EMA, but our trend line is still holding. You see, this is our trend line. So this is quite, and this is like okay line, because we had those 3 touches, but this line still holds. This line looks similar to our 12 EMA right now on the daily chart. Yeah, so ideally, because the trend is strong, don't go to short entries right now. Of course, if you are a scalper, intraday trader, if you want to catch those 20 pep move or 25, it's okay, but still keep in mind that every sell entry is against the weekly, daily, 4-hour chart. Yes, so this is what we always do, top-down approach, so we understand. Okay, because you can say, if you don't make top-down approach, you will see, okay, we have 1-hour chart, short 1 to 3, so I will start to sell. Okay, but if you start to make top-down approach, you will understand that, okay, you have short setup here, but basically this is not good way to trade, because you don't have much room. You trade against the weekly, daily, 4-hour chart. So better to wait for at least if you would like to sell it, trend line, 4-hour chart trend line breakout, at least this, and then start to look for short entries, because in this case we have this trend line, which is good. So we cannot just base on the 36 EMA like sometimes we do, that if when price is below the 36 we can start to sell. In this case we are still above the 4-hour chart trend line. So we don't want to sell until this trend line holds. So right now, sell entries against main direction after 4-hour chart trend line breakout. And here, of course, possible long scenarios. Euro Aussie. Last week we had nice intraday trades opportunities on this pair, and last week we were on the support level. So we said, okay, possible bounces, retracement to a 36. But you see, this is what I'm trying to say. If we have strong trend, price can easily break this without any hesitation. So so this one was broken. Another support is down here, but those are from the weekly charts. Yes, if I go to weekly, you will see that the previous low is basically from the weekly time frame. So this is pushing down strongly, and we can still sell. Of course, everything is late here because 600, almost 700 pips, but lower time frames, why not? Yes, as long as we have momentum, price is bouncing, is going down. If we go to 4-hour chart, we see, yes, we have this 4-hour chart trend line. Here we had false breakout. Price didn't continue, but again we had this retracement. Price bounced on the 36, so we have another. Right now we can adjust a little bit our trend line, and our trend line will looks like that. Okay, so we had and now we have this trend line, so we are squeezed a little bit. Yes, right now we are in the area of the like wedge here. So ideally what we would like to do is to just wait for this trend line breakout and then start to look for sell entries. Okay, sell entries here, and also what we can do, buy entries are also possible, but we need to wait for price to break this resistance. So basically trade here. Okay, so this is the, if I can say, here it's of course the most conservative because we trade with main direction. Here are trades against main direction, but at least with the confirmation of the 36 EMA breakout of the 4-hour chart together with the trend line. So those are the conservative. This is conservative approach here or here. Of course, short entries are always more because with the main direction. But if you like to be a little bit more aggressive or you want to practice, you can also trade in this area here. Yes, if there is enough room, if there is enough space. Yeah, this is like 65 pips, 60, 65. So it's okay to try. So what you can do, look for, but only I think maximum 5-minute time frame. Yeah, so you cannot even go to 15-minute chart because you will not get enough risk reward. So here you look for long buy entries and then you target this resistance. Here you look for short entries and you target this trend line. Okay, so you can also trade like this, or you can say, I'm not interested to trade in this area. I wait for more probable with the scenarios where with higher probability. And if we pay attention to support zone, this is basically the strong one is here and it's really visible. Yes, and the previous one was here, which was broken. In between we can also find something, right? Like here, for example. Yes, there is something, but still with the spikes. Of course, if we pay attention to sell, our goal is the previous low. Okay, previous low, because this is late. So that's why also here lower time frames, only 50 pips maybe. It's like from here to here, 50, 60, 70, you see. So lower time frames, again 5 minutes. Okay, if price breaks this, perfect, but we can still have free reaction. Last time, yes, when we had the option to sell, last week, here you see also here we had around 50 pips. Yes, around 50 pips, but price went almost 200 pips. Yeah, so that's why, okay, we just make decision here, because here price bounce on the 4-hour chart 36. So we make decision, okay, we would like to sell because with the main direction, but we will pay attention to level where price might react, because we don't know if price breaks and continue to go, or we will get a false breakout and price will bounce. We don't know these things. But what we can do, if we know that this is strong level, we can say, okay, from this point to this point, I will manage my positions. I will at least reach break even or small profits. In case of the breakout, good. Yes, I will have really good position. And this was the situation like this. If you jump in and you hold your position, On the lower time frames, probably stop loss was around 20-25 pips, and you can get 10 times more. Yes, almost 10 times more. Yeah, so that's why this is why we pay attention to these things. Okay. Okay, so let's go to euro dollar, and euro dollar is in the retracement still, and we had you see we had option to go long. This 4-hour chart long 1 to 3 worked out. Price didn't continue to go down, but make this bigger retracement. Right now we are in the range, which is good for us a little bit because we are around the daily 36 EMA. So did we have anything? Um, Here, let me check on the 15-minute chart. Yes, we have two entries here and here. Okay, so we have two entries for our chart with the 15-minute. Why we would like to mix this with lower time frames? Simply because our target was here, the daily 36 EMA. So with the so that's why we have to always entry would be here, stop loss around 20 pips, target 60 more or less, so 3 times more. Also here entry stop loss around 15 pips, target also 3 times more. So it was okay. Yes, it was trade in the retracement, and this was nice retracement on the euro dollar. Yes, okay. Of course, here we could try again to look for long entries for scalpers. Again, here long entries and target resistance. Everything was possible because we also had this trend line. Yes, and we said last week that maybe price will retrace a little bit more to this trend line because previously we had false breakouts. But we said that 36 is enough for us. So what we have right now on the weekly chart didn't change much because it's still same story. It's pointing down. We are in the retracement, so it can continue to go to the last support order to the next one, or again, like we said about a bigger retracement. Right now, because prices around the daily 36, we have like a daily short 1 to 3, and price might continue to go down, and this is our goal. In case if price breaks daily trend line, then we start to look for buys and we target next resistance, which is here. So what we can do right now, we have to wait. This is our support. We also have this trend line. Yes, so basically what we would like to do, we go to lower time frames. Right now price is pushing down, but we don't want to trade right now simply because we have this range. So we need to wait setup below this, and then we look for short entries. Okay, so this is what we would like to do, look for sell. Okay, right now short. Cable we set about the breakouts of the daily trend line. Yes, but we didn't have continuation of this momentum. So this week will be interesting to see how it ends. Yes, this still might be false breakouts. Yes, you see previously, if I draw the trend line here, we had false breakouts and then price went down. Right now we have trend line like this. We had breakout, but maybe this will be also false breakout and price will drop. We don't know this yet. Definitely short, it's still pointing down if we pay attention. Yes, for this week, because last week it looks differently. Last week it looked like price reacted, and we might get this up move together with this monthly long 1 to 3. Anyway, let's see what we have on the lower time frames. And on the lower time frames, this is our 4-hour chart trend line. So basically, if we start to have momentum to go long, problem is that we don't have clear price action right now. Yes, we don't have a little bit clear price action, but at least we can wait for breakout of this line and we look for buys, and if price breaks this line, we look for sell. Okay, and then of course sell. If price gain momentum, we will get set up, then we'll say, okay, this is just false breakout, and we still go with the main trend. Or if we have, because it still can get up momentum, but if you see setups, your goal is this top, because previously on the daily chart, you see we also had the situation that we had this false breakout to go down, then we had false breakout to go up, and then price went down. Okay, so maybe this is how it is when we trade. Yeah. So that's why we need to stick to our rules, to our trading plans. So maybe this will be like, you know, a little bit retracement. Then price will go up again, but will not have continuation. Yeah, so it won't get this, but we'll just create double top or like a false breakout, and then we'll just go down. Okay, so this is what might happen. So lower time frame entries, if you take longs, short entries are okay to 1 hour chart, 4 hour chart, because it's with the main momentum. So this is what we would like to do. Right now we stay away. Yes, from this we just wait for breakouts. And USD yen went up again. Yes, there was also option to look. You see, this is why trades against main direction are a little bit tricky. Yes, because last time we said that if price breaks this trend line together with the 36 EMA and possible lows, we can look for short entries against main direction. Price did this and then went up again. Okay. So really, if you trade against main direction, you need to have a little bit more experience, or you need to have a little bit more patience, because like I said, sometimes price is going immediately, but very often if we have strong trend, it's, you know, it's like to it likes to bounce. It still like to make the false breakout to go sell, then still is pushing up. So what we have on the USDN, we are definitely on the strong resistance zone. Yes, this is without doubt. We can have another up move to next strong resistance is 400 pips. In between, we have a little bit resistance, which is here. Yeah, so it's around 200 pips away. Because we are on the resistance, we might expect retracement. We don't know if on the weekly or higher time on or daily chart, but it's possible. Of course, right now everything is pointing to buy. We are in the uptrend. If we look for the daily chart, let's draw daily trend line. This is our daily trend line here. And right now, what you see, price is bouncing on the 12 EMA on the daily chart. So what we might have is another reaction on the 12 and another up move to the resistance or to the next one. Or we will just have like, you know, double top and bigger retracement. Or price will retrace immediately to the 36. This is our first, and then we have this. Okay. Last time you see price just bounce on the 12 and continue to go up, and then we had this bigger retracement. Yeah. So what we can do here, we draw 4-hour chart trend line, and what we'll see that we are sitting on the 4-hour chart trend line. Okay. So we have right now two things to do: long entries or short entries. So basically we wait for breakouts, and this is really clear, and which is nice that here we have nice target. It's around 80, 90, maybe 100 pips. Yeah, if price breaks that. So basically, if we adjust our lines, yeah, we just would like to look for breakouts here and breakout here. Okay, so this is what we can do. Okay, on the USDN we wait for breakouts and we trade. Okay, so guys, thanks for watching this video. If like always, if you have any questions, feel free to contact me, and talk to you soon. Bye.